So this year's ABR festival was at Ragley Hall, and I decided to take my Triumph 1200 Rally Explorer on the off-road track. So having never done it before, what I did first of all is signed up and had some free training at the Triumph stand. So we queued up in the morning and took their bikes around the field and practiced some of the basic manoeuvres. Then what we did is actually queued up again and went and did the off-road course, the short course, on their Rally 1200s, their Rally Pros that they had. That gave me the confidence the next day to actually take my own bike onto the course. So this is me queuing up. It was very packed, a lot of people wanting to go on the course, most of them on enduros, a few big bikes on there. It is a big bike friendly course, so it gave me a little bit of confidence that actually my bike would be capable. Whether I would be capable or not of doing it is the question. And obviously brand new bike, wanting to just realise whether or not it would be capable enough to take on. I'd seen lots of people at the launch in Morocco take them off-road, more than capable machines. And so this is me just going around the course and having a look and seeing what the course was like and actually how the bike and me would cope with it. So if ever I came across this type of terrain, I want to do a little bit of the Trans-European Trail over the next few years. So actually really would like to get a little bit more confident at this. So I may sign up for the 2-day off-road course that they do, a level 1, level 2 and level 3 in Wales at the Triumph Adventure Centre. But the big bike it was on tick over almost all the way through. We were just pootling along. I was in second nearly all the way round, so very rarely came out of second, which was just enough really just to tick it round and the sort of speeds that we were doing. There was a lot of traffic on there, so you'll see a few bikes. I was following the same bike most of the way round. There was a few courses as you came in. There was sort of different entrances, and they were off to expert routes and stuff, which I didn't quite feel confident enough to do. Here was just another group on their Triumphs, on the Triumph bikes, going round as we did the day before. That guy unfortunately fell off because the guy in front of him stalled it and he went into the back. So a bit of gravel, and this is where on the left hand side you'll see the manufacturers took the people around the little loop there just to get used to a little bit more grass, and then we went on the gravel here. They joined us later on the gravel, but this then went over a beautiful grounds in Ragley Hall. Absolutely stunning grounds in Ragley Hall. If you've not been, then well worth doing. So you can see that there was quite a few people on there, a lot of small enduro bikes, and people were having a whale of a time. And the general rule is that it was no speeding, 30 miles an hour maximum, so everyone was really just sort of enjoying it and having a little pootle round, and really sort of getting used to bikes if they'd not ridden off-road before, which was I'd put myself in that category. But there was all sorts of machinery there, as you can see, the sidecars as well. So the sidecars there, off-road sidecars, they did a little bit of the track as well. Some of this area was quite dusty and quite sandy, and there's a little bit around the corner here which I was taking quite wide, and again just really didn't transfer my weight really over to the bike to really pull it round to the left. The guy in front had it perfectly sorted. I went a little bit wide over the sand, but again over this bit of sand here, but again just a little bit of throttle, gentle throttle on there, just took me over. I had the momentum there anyway. It did start to rain, which was a little bit concerning, because obviously I was on my own bike here, so and I had the Karoo Street tyres, which are sort of 70/30. So the grass was actually very slippy. So we went round Ragley Hall. This was going again, because I did the short course. When we were on the gravel road, if I turned left I could have done the long course, but I turned right and did the short course. So just really again getting used to it. You see how much it is raining there as well. So again, this was all making the the grass very slippy and the mud a little bit more muddy, as they say. But as you can see, most of it, to be honest, is very, very gentle stuff. It's not complicated. A lot of enduros and a lot of adventure bike riders are probably looking at this and going, well, it's nothing, that's like a baby course. And yes, it was. It wasn't a difficult course in that respect. It wasn't a technical course, but it was there to give everybody a chance to ride off-road that may not have done it. We don't always get a chance to ride our bikes off-road, so this was a fantastic opportunity to do that. So again, those people on the right are going off back towards the campsite. I'm actually coming in here and doing the last little bit of the course around past the skills training areas where we did the skills in the morning, and we'll be going through, and you'll see some people on the right hand side in a minute doing some skills training. But again, the track was beautiful. Off bit of woodland, bit of normal grassland and stuff. Very bumpy though. Even the grassland that looked fairly smooth were actually really bumpy. But again, different routes to go off, whether you could do an expert route or the normal route, which is what I did. So this is just coming up to the skills areas, and again, this is where you basically took their bikes and played in the field for a little while, and they did things and riding across a plank and some logs and things, and then how to turn your bike round on a hill. Again, all really useful stuff, and if you've never done it before, it's very good to do the basic stuff first. And then really this is coming back into the event itself. So what we're doing is just working our way back towards the campsite, and then the actual finish was actually through the exhibition area. So it was quite manic. There was a lot of bikes moving around. I don't think anybody got hurt or knocked over in the actual show itself. Everyone was very sensible, which was really nice to see. There were a few accidents though, so we heard of a couple of people coming off. Even on the road rides as well, they were doing road rides, and there was an incident with a Ducati that got hit by a car. A rider on a Ducati got hit by a car on some of the roads around Ragley Hall. They went out onto the road, but on the off-road there were quite a few. It is a dangerous sport, so you're going to get a little bit of that. Thankfully, touch wood, that I had no incidences, so it was actually I was very lucky, and I took it very steady on my first time on my own bike, but thoroughly enjoyed it, absolutely. And if you've never been to Ragley Hall before, well worth a visit anyway. And if you've not been to the ABR festival, this was my first time. Again, very, very worthwhile trip. Really enjoyed it. Great weekend, great bands, great talks by lots of different people, lots of people that have written the books that we've read, but generally very, very good. So yeah, that's it. And if you've not been, book it up for next year. Tickets are on sale soon, I'm sure, but we had a whale of a time, me and my brother, and we will definitely be back next year.